Hello there, folks. Hope you're all doing well. I just heard some thunder, so I'll make this quick, but just wanted to share with you some repotting that I just did. Got all my potted palms repotted, and yeah, I'm happy about that, and just starting to think about when I need to bring them all in, and for a few of them, it'll be some months, thankfully, before I have to bring them in, but for the coconut, it'll be quite soon. So yeah, I just want to share this with you guys. So over here we've got the two palms from Pungo Palms that I did not plant. This is the Mazari palm on the left, beautiful silverish coloration, and from the Middle East, Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Iran. And I'm really excited about it because it's putting out its first, I guess you could say, truly palmate, like mature-ish frond, with 3 leaflets here. So I'm super excited about that. I think it's doing really well. It's obviously got some spotting, probably from the humidity, which is pretty intense, especially, in Virginia Beach in the summer, which is where, where I got it at Pungo Palms. But, doing well. I'm super excited about it. I think the indoor conditions might actually help it because it's probably not as susceptible to spider mites since it's a dry climate palm. And also, it's dry indoors, yeah, I'm looking forward to see how it does over the winter. And really looking forward to when I can plant it. Obviously, I'm just really anticipating that, but it'll probably be like 6 months or something until I can actually plant it. Over here, we've got my saw palmetto. This is Serena repens, native to the southeastern U.S. from southernmost South Carolina throughout Georgia, central and northern Florida, southern Alabama and Mississippi, and over to southeasternmost Louisiana. So, southeastern palm, native to the southeastern U.S. and quite a hardy one. I'm super excited. Both of them are very hardy, but obviously this is a dry climate palm, but still quite hardy in wet climates. But yeah, saw palmetto. I think it's there's not much experience with it that people have in the DC area. I don't know of anyone that actually has it in the DC area, but I'm excited to see how it does. And I know people in similar climates, in similar temperate climates, that have had success with it in zone 7. So I'm super excited about that. And same with the Mazari palm. I know people even in colder zones like Pennsylvania. Someone posted on Facebook who had one that it's a little seedling that survived like some pretty cold temperatures unprotected. So I'm really excited about that. But obviously playing it safe, waiting until next winter. The Mazari palm especially is a very, very rare species. You can't even find any online so far as I'm aware. I couldn't find any. I could only find seeds. So to have one like this, and I actually hope to get more at some point. I should have bought more, but maybe if I go back down there and they still have them, get more. But yeah, I'm super excited about that. So I obviously want to play it safe with that. Over here we got my sago palm. This one is the one I didn't repot. I just raised the soil up quite a bit because it was way down here. So I wanted to obviously maximize the amount of growth and get those roots, so that it's not like root bound, and just maximize the amount of space in the pot. So got that potted up. Really excited about that. And yeah, it's looking great, doing really well. I would love to try one in the ground at some point. This is, as of now, just leaving it as a potted palm, but an interesting zone push for the DC area, certainly. But you got to be willing to have it take a beating if, unless you do some protection. Otherwise, it'll most likely defoliate most winters here. This is my lady palm here. I'm really excited about this because I'm excited that I got it repotted because this, admittedly, I neglected it, pretty poorly over the summer because I was just traveling a bunch, and this was like the one palm I had out throughout the summer. I think the coconut I had out too, but the ones in the front got watered. This one didn't much. I fed all the whole summer, so definitely suffering a bit because it was dry, but it's done better with some of the rain we've gotten. We get a lot, pretty heavy thunderstorms in summer, but there's been some dry periods too. So it suffered a bit. The trunks are leaning a bit. The leaves are certainly, I think this tendency of them to like flop out, it's much wider than it normally is. I think that's all partly a quality of it's suffering a bit from the dryness, but looking great overall, and super excited. Got it repotted in a much bigger pot, as with these ones. These ones I potted up too in bigger pots. This one I got it in a considerably larger pot. This was actually the pot my coconut was in, so I got that. And these are the size pots that it was previously in, which is way too small for it. So big upgrade to the coconut pot. And then the coconut I upgraded to this pot, which is the one my sable Etonian, no, not the sable Etonian, but the one the needle palm was in from Pungo Palms. So really excited about that. Got it repotted. Even the other pot that I was in, originally I was just gonna sort of raise the soil up because it was like down here, and I just wanted to get it up a little bit. But then I decided why not repot it. And there was actually, it was so funny. I picked it up off the ground, and it had been sitting in that spot right there. You can see the circle where it was. It had been sitting there like, pretty much the whole summer. And I picked it up, and there was a root going through the bottom of the pot into the ground considerably, like at least this long, even longer actually. And so I was a little worried about that. I didn't want to have to cut it or anything. And then I just decided, let's raise the soil up. And eventually I'm like, I have a bigger pot. I should just repot it. And it was not exactly root bound, but the roots had pretty much filled in a lot of that pot. So definitely could use it. And that's true with a lot of these palms. Really will help a lot. This one was, almost root bound basically. So really excited about that. you know, it's got a bit of lightness and damage in the fronds. You know, a lot of that was there previously. Last night, it may have gone into the upper 40s or 50. I left it out just because, you know, every day it's been in the 70s. There's only one day where the high was like 68. So every other day it's the 70s or 80s, and it's quite humid right now. It's 73. So, you know, one night in the 40s, you know, contrary to what they say online, you know, these things, you know, can survive in Southern California. You know, the ones that survive through the winters there, which is, you know, becoming more and more. There's quite a few nice ones. Those survive, you know, in the upper 30s and 40s every winter. And I'm not saying it's ideal, but I'm not going to leave it till the 30s or 40s. You know, once it starts getting consistently in the low 50s, 40s, I'm going to bring it inside. But this week, lows pretty much in the 50s and highs in the 70s, maybe even in the 80s. So I'm going to be leaving it outside, basically. There might be 1 or 2 nights of 49. I think it'll be fine, but, you know, I want to play it safe, but, you know, I also want to maximize the time it's outside, which is, you know, really ideal, because every day in the high temperature, you know, it's pretty humid still, really much better than being indoors. And someone recommended that I use I don't think I have neem oil, actually. I may, but I'm check for that. But I might use like one of those soap compounds to try to, you know, spray it on the leaves with a spray bottle, try to help that spotting a bit. You know, going into winter, I don't like to see that. You know, hopefully spider mites are friendly this winter. But no, I'm going to keep it well watered and spray those leaves down to keep away the spider mites. But the new leaves look flawless. I mean, these look fantastic, obviously. And then I'm wondering which one of these spears, there's a tiny one there, which one of them is actually going to finally be the first pinnate leaf. Right now they're just immature with like these double, but eventually these start to split and these little ridges become leaflets and it becomes a pinnate. You know, it's a pinnate species, and so I'm excited for when it puts out its first true pinnate leaf. Right now it's just immature leaves, so I'm really excited about that. But yeah, guys, that's a little update on the potted palms. All the ones that I bring in, I mean, I'm sorry, I bring all them in winter, but this one was my mom's the one who got that. These are all guys under my care, and those ones I'll bring up. Yeah, got them, all those ones repotted, so super excited about that. Got some more soil in there, and the sago, I raise the soil up, so super excited about that. And then I have a bunch of extra soil in these tubs, those big bins that I had in the back where the raspberry bushes were growing. You might know them, they're where my needle palm is now. We moved them and we're gonna get rid of them soon. I got a bunch of extra soil to put around the base of that Smithsonian Castle trachea. Finally, I've needed to do that for a while. I should have done it a while ago, and I'm gonna finally get that done. So one of these weekends, I'm super excited, maybe next weekend. So I'll keep you guys updated, and yeah, stay tuned, take care. And yeah, let me know what the weather's like. Let me know how fall's starting out for you guys. It's been chilly, but right now it feels pretty steamy out. In the 70s though, so it feels great. But yeah, really pleased about that. Let me know your thoughts. And yeah, stay tuned, folks, and take care.